Hey. Big flex, big flex. Supreme Rising. What's going on with y'all? Wanna let some people get in the room. Right. We're gonna keep it light right now. We're just about to roll up real quick. You hear my voice and you can't see me because I'm out of frame. Just move around real quick. Flex repeat, you say New York City. Express repeat, you say worldwide. You know the vibes. It's your boy Chef. Say. Just getting myself prepared for the day. Hope you've had your delicious water. Always start your day off with some fresh water. I preferably be drinking alkaline water. Up until about 12 p.m., your body is in the process of that purge. So you can eat some fresh fruits to kind of promote the digestive tract to kind of release, or you can just keep it liquid. I actually charge this water with the resonance of B, the note of B, which is one of our lower chakras. Just to be official, I'm gonna go get my notes. So like I was saying, I charged that water. That was the water that we have for Sanctuary. I charged that water the other day. And of course I put my intention into the water. But also, I used a D, a singing bowl, to charge the water. That is aligned with our emotions. It's our feeling of empathy. And it is the chakra above our root chakra. So this is our spleen. Mostly, of course you want to charge your water because you want to work towards your organs and its full vitality. But let's move on from that. That was just a little water idea. I've got tricks up my sleeve, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to share them with you. Cannabis is legal for recreational usage in New York City. I want to give a big shout out to all of the individuals that partook in expressing that we as the people need to have cannabis emancipated for numerous reasons. And for everyone that has really did this for the right, for the love, even the people that didn't do it for the right reasons, you guys still helped us to push forward the narrative of equality, like free cannabis. Of course, shouts goes out to my man Doug Green for all of the work that he put down. Shouts goes out to Monkey. Doug, you will be absolutely remembered. I'll bring your name up every single time when I'm in the building. You inspired me, period. And we're going to take that inspiration and still work in the realm of politics, still express ourselves for the freedoms to which we are entitled to, and that we fall short from because we don't collect our voices in truth and in love. We usually collect them for the monetary sense, and that only leads to the check. And then whatever comes beyond that, there's no maintenance, there's no love. But we are in a high vibrational space of understanding now that we know pulling together our dope ass abilities as individuals in a collective, it's going to give us a superpower. And there's a lot of things that need to be eroded right now at this point. And we need to work together to make sure that these are solidified. I was listening to a sister this morning talk about X and talk about the dynamics of like how he's a prophet, and if there was ever to be another holy or religious scripture to be made, like bro would be in it. And we laugh at that because we fall so far from the Most High that we don't see ourselves. I say it again, we laugh at when a brother like X could be deemed as a prophet because we fall so short from ourselves. We don't see the true Most High within. We don't see Allah inside of ourselves. And it puts us in a disposition to just like be like, oh, yeah, that's impossible. That's rainbows and unicorns. When rainbows and unicorns have existed, rainbows still exist, you know? You gotta be the dope you want to smoke. You have to see that in order for it to be. This is the basis of any proficient imagination that leads to manifestation. And when you start to think about things being impossible or being unreachable or being mythical, you put it in that space and it's unreachable to you. I might be able to reach it. I might be able to ride a unicorn through eternity because I manifested it. But yet you, even with seeing that, still won't believe it because of your ideas and ideals. So be the dope you want to smoke. Understand that your mind needs to have a fluidity. Fluidity. Not too many boxes. Just flow. Not too many conduits to stop you. Just flow. I think I need to fix my mustache. What do you guys think? Maybe I need to bring this up a little bit. Bring that down a little bit. Anyway, I'll fix it later. It's like a quick... I was like, yo, I don't want to see my beard anymore. Just took it off. I might take this whole thing off. You might see baby face for like a week. So yeah. What else? What else? Let me find my photo. My photo. I'm not that wet. That's weird. That's weird. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me go into my things. Hope I didn't lose my phone. So funny. Rap on, sister. Rap on. Y'all know Sister Act. Stop playing. Hey. Hey. Rap on, sister, rap on. You know Sister Act. Gotta get that Ponto boy. But yeah, I was watching, cause you know X is, you know what's going on with X right now, and all blessings, all good energy goes out to DMX and his recovery. It will be painful to see that brother go at this point right now. I mean, personally for me, just being selfish, and I'm sure for others, he really has helped me to transition in my life of understanding self, understanding the devils within, and the God within, the Most High within, and that being clear, being beyond church, like being beyond the pulpit. And I'll never turn back, like it's like, I'm not knocking nothing about religion. In fact, I believe that there needs to be a spiritual connection with something that we can't necessarily physically touch. So it can expand our minds to being one with that energy. It's electricity, so to speak, and you are connected at all times. But sometimes that connection gets impeded upon because of the corrosion that's around you, the people, places, and things that's around you, and yet make you who you are. So you have to find that beautiful balance of being the God within and being the human on earth. So you can nurture this delicate being, because your God is eternal. You will always be. You will always be. Since the beginning, you will always be. But this physical being, this takes a lot of thought and manifestation. Can you imagine how many eons you go out into the space, the collective space, back into the collective space, to then manifest self again, to find another baby to jump into? Yeah, I said it like that. Because we all have a greater understanding of like what this is and what we're dealing with, and that it's beyond just this topical TV thing that they speak about. Excuse me, I'm just looking for my lighter. And if I don't find it, it's okay. Found it. but there's levels, mad levels. I was speaking to a sister yesterday, and the level of what I was saying is like, yo, we're only seeing a pinhole of our existence, and that's being campaigned to only see a little bit of what you are, not who you are. You could be anything. You could be any who, but you are something specifically that does something really, 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 really dope, and you needed to practice that. That's like when we were kids. I was speaking on it. Like when we were kids, we used to astral project. We used to lucid dream, and we'd be in our dreams so much so that we're falling or we're flying or we're doing some fly shit. We needed ancestral guidance and elders that were right next to us in this physical realm to say, all right, now tomorrow, think of this, this, and this before you go to sleep and practice that. So that when you get to my age, deja vu is not some weird feeling, but it's time travel. It's space travel. That you're like, oh, shit. All right, let me go into my 30s and see what's going on there. You inspire yourself. You are the most amazing thing to ever be in existence, as am I, as we are one. You know what I mean? The harmony that lies within you that just keeps your heart beating. It's flavor. I said it, flavor, like I'm from the 90s. But the reality is that if left with nothing but distraction, you need to work towards things. You need to create habits. What habits are you creating? You know, the mask habit, the disrespectful put your mask up habit, or the dismissive or cancel culture habit. What habits are you creating that create byproducts that either create death or life? It's important. Your habits dictate on how you perceive the world. The habit to perceive in a certain way will maneuver if you're going to walk down this block because it's too dark, or you're going to walk down this block because there's so much lights. But your wisdom is what's going to guide you to be like, no matter what block I walk down, I need to have a certain buoyancy and awareness for that space, and no prejudice, because prejudice is going to lead me to jumping the gun. When I'm prejudiced on something, I am already led off of assumption. I'm already led off of some shit that I think I know. And that might be from the narrative of people that I identify with or are familiar with. So that might be a racial thing. I identify with this group of people, of black people. So we feel people are like this, these white people are like this, So we respond to them in a certain way. I mean, it does sound familiar, the opposite end of the spectrum, which is true. But I just wanted to give an example of position and perspective and prejudice. Whoa. Because prejudice, we often think of prejudice as only being this racial thing, and prejudice is, man, there's prejudice against men, there's prejudice against women, there's prejudice against unity and unification, like love. You know, people want to talk about it, they want to feel it, but they don't want to work for it. You know, they don't want to work for what true love is. You can't do that shit with nobody. You got to do it on your own. You got to be the dope you want to smoke, so that when you're around other people and you get that soul cipher, now y'all really baking. Now you really got something going on. Yes, I used all those puns because I'm a writer and I'm nice. But as it was going, I was like, ooh, nigga, ooh, ooh. Anyway, so you're the author. You know, you're the one that's gonna decide, am I gonna carry an umbrella to take on this rain, or am I just gonna walk through the rain and I'll find that shelter where I need it, because that umbrella might be a little bit too much. It might slow me down. But ain't nothing wrong until you start to perceive it to be as such. You know what I'm saying? We know what wrong is, but there's levels to understanding that there's so many things that you could be focused on. But if focused on those things, how do you develop? Woo! So many varieties inside of the refrigerator at 7-Eleven. Juice this, that, alkaline water this, da. But what is right for you in order for you to become the best? You. It's not that soda over there that every time you drink it, it gives you a stomach ache. So then that changes your behavior and attitude throughout the day, which fucks your experience up for that 24 hours, which is like a water wave into the next day. And now you got to deal with certain things. What you eat yesterday is going to affect you tomorrow. What you consume yesterday is going to affect today, right now. So watch what you consuming. Watch who you're around. Watch the people, places, and things that choose to not exist, to die, to follow instead of lead. A leader will always be a follower. Always. A leader will always be a follower. But it's because, and a separatist will always dictate and act like a leader. You never can be that unless you know how to listen. And if you are running on your own ideas, where are you at really? Where are you really? Are your peers around you? Do you have love around you? Because that's a real thing. Like, do you have people that'll hit you up and they're concerned with like your mind state? That's where love lies. It ain't about being perfect. Like, just look at, again, brother X, brother DMX. I'll give you both brother X's. XXX Extension. I like calling him Extension, but whatever. He was transforming and developing into a greater being, a greater self, and was gone. But like, look at this brother, DMX. DMX is a man of conflict, personal conflict, a man that has had to work out his demons, so to speak, and his godliness, so to speak, within himself, and he did it in front of us. He did it in front of the public, vulnerable. I mean, that was his walk. This walk that we live in. It's crazy how they highlight the pain and don't give you any evolution from that shit. Like, yo, look for the wisdom within the pain. You will find yourself, you will find your greatness within your patience around the chaos. You will find your greatness. You know how powerful that is to tell a child? Making them fearless is dangerous for the society. The most dangerous thing that we could have on this planet is the patient black man. The man of the sun to whom can reason. Hey, what we got right now? Not all of us, but most of us. I ain't gonna say some of us. Most of us, meaning the majority of my kindred brother, are in a disposition where they got to move a certain way. They got to act a certain way. Even when they're around their brothers, they got to stand a certain way. Because love is not available because we're feeling like we need to be at war at all times. And then when we want to go to downtime, furlough, and we want to be in love, we're at war with our women. Because our women are at war. And they're separate. We're right next to each other and we're separate. We're in the same community with each other and we're separate. And this ain't a black thing. This is beyond that. This is love. Love is greater than a color. Love is the crown frequency. Love can't be stopped. They can only try to diminish it. Kill a brother every once in a while. But did we forget what love is? Did we forget what personal maintenance and triumph is? Nope. No. I'll give you examples of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Jesus. And X. So they were comparing Jesus and X. Not comparing, but just showing the likeness of them. That X didn't have a church. Like, he wasn't preaching from a church. He was preaching from his soul on the streets. Everywhere he moved with, love, brother. Everywhere he moved with God, with the Most High, and carried that word. And that ain't had nothing to do with being perfect. This is perfect shit. Perfect don't exist, y'all. Hello. Perfect don't exist. Hold on. Perfect don't exist. Find yourself trying to be perfect, trying to secure the bag. Security? Oh, those are the niggas we hire to make sure the perimeter's good, and just that. But it don't mean they're gonna save your life. You're just hiring them for presence. Truly. Because you know, can you imagine that? Like, you have a security guard who's protecting you from man, but a dragon don't like you, and a dragon just come by and swipe you. Yeah, you're assed out. You know, like, so there is no actual solid ground for security. It just looks like something, you know? So if that's the case, information, wisdom is something that is a superpower within your journey in order to navigate through what security and what perfect is. And, you know, like, man, we ain't got no time for that. We only got time for elevation. We ain't got no time for the posers who choose to express themselves very lightly or put themselves in. Oh, man, don't do me. You silly. Don't do me like this right now. What you mean? Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it, girl. One of the sisters will say, don't do me like this right now. I know that, you know, afterwards y'all can't see the comments or anything like that. You could just see me. But I just wanted to give you an experience of what we're doing in here. But yeah, you know, there ain't no other place but up. Period. Ascension is the key. It's the goal. It's the vibe. It's where we are headed. You just gotta be prepared for your position within ascension. Like, bro, we not all like, there's levels to this shit, and it's not like, yo, because you see somebody at a higher distance that they're better. They're just built for that. That's why they're there. And if you're so focused on yourself, then you never ever worry about the ops. You're not worried about the opposition. We could talk about it right now. There was a young man who I have actual love for. A brother. I had love for this brother. Despite all the madness that surrounds him. I have love for this brother. But he's malleable. So I can't really rock with him. You know, because I know what I want for my space, and I want to treat my brothers with a certain amount of love and truth. And I know that he can't handle that. It would be too combative for him, and it would just make me out to being a part of the narrative to which he's a part of. The bro just pulled up. He just pulled up on the page. Does not communicate with me out of love. Communicates with me in the insensibility of the circles that he keeps. I can't emphasize enough that if you got fuckboys and fuckgirls around your circle who got bad listening skills or who don't come from a true place, you're going to inherit those traits. No matter how dope you think you are, be around a bitch ass motherfucker. You're going to inherit their traits. It's just more powerful. Depression, like, love is beautiful and powerful, but it's only beautiful and powerful through habit. Like, you got to hold that shit. It's a weight. You can't be weak holding love. You could be weak as fuck being a hater. You could be weak as fuck being all of that negative shit. And it's very easy to incline to it because, like, isn't it easy to just sit there and do nothing? It's harder because it's actually messing up your entire experience in life. But chill. So just have an attitude, a proactivity that's going to put you in the elevated position. Don't worry about what's in front of you and what's forward that someone else has, because if it's for you, you're going to gravitate to that. If it's not for you, it was there put for you so you could see the level and the wisdom that you need out of that to see, oh, that's not where I'm going. Or, damn, I thought I was going there and I went here, and then you could compare it and get true understanding. Motherfuckers think success is one way in this cannabis industry. Let's just talk about that, for instance. Motherfuckers think it's one way in the culinary industry. Let's just talk about that, for instance. Putting that together. Oh, you got to be like this or like that. You know how many dope-ass chefs I know, personally, friends. that work in cannabis with me, that are fire, and we do different shit, and everybody likes us individually, chill, son. Just be the dope you want to smoke. You don't gotta be favoring the lames. The lames are like parasites and they need to be purged. And as a being of the light, you need to be responsible for that. Don't play that fuck shit. Because the longer you play it and enable it, the bigger it'll grow. The habits will grow. And now it's a big monster, and now you're trying to reason with the big monster that you helped to create. But you can't, and now it destroyed you. I've seen that in this industry specifically, where it'll be a sister who grows and her head gets big because her likes and her followers are growing. Money's okay. But seeing them misguide people and bro is buddy with them, and it's like, oh, she's sunning you and you're okay with being sunned because you think this is giving you position when you don't know that you creating a habit of a bitch ass nigga. Being up under people and you're not standing next to people, you create a habit of a bitch ass nigga. And nobody needs that. And I say that unisexually. It's not just for boys. You have to stand strong. Even if it leaves you cold, you still standing strong, because the strength that you need around you is going to see you standing there and then they'll come next to you. They're going to stand with you. That's why I am not worried that when sisters put and show me love on IG and then motherfuckers hit them up like crazy. Yo, this dude try to fight me. This dude try to do this. It's like, wait. So if Saint came at you and Saint ain't got no jealousy in his heart. I'm not jealous. I'm not fearful for no man. So I don't want nothing that you have. So I can't. You feel me? Say less. I'm a gorilla in the jungle standing with my strength. I know how strong I am. I don't got to be smacking you monkeys around. So I stand where I'm at. And my tribe will come. But the moment I try to flex and go, oh, well, maybe I should just make friends with people and friends. How am I going to nurture myself the best way I can, being next to people that don't know how to nurture themselves? Because if they did, there wouldn't be conflict without elevation. All conflict needs to rise. All conflict needs to rise. That's what mountains do. The tectonic plates go bam, bam. Nothing is doing this. Only this human social shit is declining. Our technology is declining. You think this is dope? I think it's dope if you could have took a rock and some water and created electricity. I think that's fucking dope. This isn't dope. This is fucking computery. This is obvious. Like, you should know this is obvious. It's like, yeah, the wheel is supposed to turn. Like, yeah, this is supposed to do what it's doing. Yeah, obviously. And you can take some technology outside, like a potato or something like that, and then generate power. Like, that's levels. That's levels of need to understand. You know, so you could be anything you want in this realm. Just be true, be love, be absolute. Don't be a fuckboy. Show love, show love, show love. If you don't know how to show love, practice. Try it out. You might mess up. It's okay. Guess what? Just speaking on a level of dudes. You know how many girls have said, no, you're annoying. Get away. Growing up. Because I'm trying to work my understanding of how to approach girls. And now I have a proficiency to a level where it's like I go inside of them. No nastiness intended. Because I've had enough confidence to be like, all right, well, yeah, that didn't work with her. And it's not her entirely. It's a bit of her. It's a bit of me. And it wasn't a connection there. And that wasn't what I wanted, wasn't what was being offered. Acceptance. Real shit. So I just want to say in conclusion, got the spliff rolled. Got my spliffy rolled. I just want to say in conclusion, I love you guys very much so. I want you to take care of yourselves. Support me. Tell your friends about me. You see this? Spread this. Post this up, yo. And go back to my other stuff and watch that shit. Like, it was take like an hour. Take like 2 hours. You take like an hour, you're gonna be able to get like 3 of these shits in. If you take like an hour, you'll be able to watch like 3 for like 20 minutes a piece. But just take some time for yourself to do that mental exercise and be the dope you want to smoke and elevate from that space and share. You know what I mean? I love you guys so much. I love you like I love myself. You feel me? And with that said, we're going to close it out with 3 deep breaths. Y'all ready? In through the nose, holding it for 3 to 5 seconds. And as we're taking these deep breaths in, we're going to be thinking elevation. We're going to be seeing the bright light within just glowing and getting greater. And we're pulling all of this energy in to shine that light, to generate that light bigger. So, and then on our exhale, we're just going to be calm, cool, collective, just letting out all the unnecessary, unconscious energy. Y'all ready? Let's go. Nice and easy. In through your nose, and you're holding it, and you're feeling good, and you're still holding. You see the shine, you see your third eye, and you're exhaling easy. Like the fog rolling down the mountainside, just smooth. One more time. Smooth. Be the dope you want to smoke. You're the master of your own time and space. You are the embodiment of infinite possibilities. I am the master of my own time and space. Say it with me. I am the master of my own time and space. Say it with me. I am the embodiment of infinite possibilities. Say it with me. Be the dope you want to smoke. And flex on. Do you know what I mean? I say flex, 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 flex.